Keep doing it, yeah. There we go.
I was just like fucking around, but if you serious, I'm like, good.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Salice Rose, aka Salice Rosa. So for today's video is going to be more on a serious note, and I'm opening up to you guys specifically about something that, I mean, I know you guys, a lot of you guys know about, but I've never actually said it in the detail that I'm about to say right now. Not fully detailed, because that's just something that should really not be on YouTube. I'm gonna open up to you guys a little bit about it, because I just feel like not only does this story make me who I am, and it has shaped me to the person that I am today, but I feel like, and I hope that my story can help you guys in any way. Hope that me telling you guys this and how it made me feel and what I've been through and who I am now can help you guys in any way, or someone in your family, one of your guys' friends, I don't know. But I'm here to tell you a little bit of what I have been through in an abusive relationship, and just I hope that it can help you guys, or even, you know, warn you guys for what to look out for and what to not stay for. Let me first and foremost say that me and this person no longer communicate. We do not have any bad blood. She's doing her own thing, and I am definitely doing my own thing, and I wish her all well. No hard feelings towards this person whatsoever, and I mean, we don't get bitter, we get better. Hello. So my whole life I've always felt like a burden. I've always felt very sad and depressed and very alone and just very unwanted and very useless and unworthy. I grew up being compared to other people all the time. Be more like her, be more like him, blah blah blah. Not to mention I was always a fuck up in school, and I would always be getting kicked out of schools, fighting, blah blah blah. You guys already know all that. I always felt like I wasn't shit, because I felt like I was never good enough for anybody, because everyone was always comparing me to other people and be more like them, be more like her. And then I lost all confidence in myself, and I didn't know how to love myself. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what steps to take in order to love myself, and I didn't know exactly how to go about that, because I've never been through this. And that's when I went off to military school, Sunburst Youth Academy, class 7. This place completely saved my life. And when I was in military school, not only did they teach us so many things about school, so many things about life, so many things about even fitness, loving yourself, they taught us everything. And when I was in military school there for pretty much 6-7 months, I promised myself I would never lose myself again. And I found myself again, and I was so happy and I was so content, and I was so proud of myself. And I was like, look, you lost yourself one time in high school. You were unhappy and you were depressed, but don't do that ever again. Don't do it. Like, just don't. And that promise meant a lot to me, because I mean, losing yourself is the most painful thing ever. Whether you lose yourself because you lost a family member, you lose yourself trying to love somebody else, you lose yourself trying to give your life to somebody else in a relationship, while you sit there hungry, starving, and you feel unloved. And you can lose yourself in many other ways, but this is pretty much like the gist of it. I graduated military school, and I walked down that aisle. I was like, yo, I feel so good. I'm so happy. I'm proud of myself. I know who I am, and I'm content, you know? And after high school, when I graduated and I first got into college, I met someone, and we were friends for a little bit. It was actually a very good friendship, and a couple weeks later of us being friends, I ended up moving to San Diego. And yeah, I love San Diego so much. If you know me on a personal level, you know that I love San Diego. Like, it's so nice, yo. She ended up confessing her feelings towards me, blah blah blah. And then we got in a relationship together and whatnot, but she was like, what, 3-4 hours from me. Have you ever been so in love or so in lust or so for a person that you will do anything for them? Eventually you start blaming yourself for their mistakes and their actions. In the beginning, you try not to, but after a while you're like, I love you so much. And it's like, when they fuck up, you're like, yo, was it me? Am I not worth it? And that's what happened to me in that relationship. And I promised myself I would never lose myself again, but that's something that I could not control, and I ended up losing myself loving somebody else for pretty much 4.5 to 5 years, and it was a nightmare. Now, I'm not gonna sit here in front saying, oh, it was all bad, blah blah blah. No, I mean, regardless, it was a very bad relationship. I mean, when we had our good times, it was our good times, but overall it was a very fucked up relationship. First time this person ever laid hands on me was actually 1 month into our relationship, and I really let it go for 5 years. I let that abuse go on and on and on and on and on, because I thought in my head, I was like, nah, like, I'm a ride or die, like, fuck that, blah 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 blah. But that's not the case, yo. And I'm so glad I let myself for 5 years, because if you guys would have met me 5 years ago, well, not like more than 5 years ago now, but if you guys would have met me before that relationship, I mean, yeah, I'm still the same person. Like, I'm super nice. I mean, I think I'm nice. I got a big heart, you know, I do a lot of things for other people, but my mentality changed while being with that person, and I was super weak-minded, and I was very unhappy and very insecure with myself. And if I were to look at myself back then, 5 years before the relationship started, I wouldn't even be able to recognize myself. But I'm so glad I've grown from that. But like I said, the abuse started after 1 month, and after that it got horrible. She would punch me, she would smack me, she would slap me, she would choke me, just do a bunch of things to me and just try to, you know, brainwash me and manipulate me, and just to get me to stay. Because of this person, I had to walk home barefoot one time because she kicked me out of the car and we got in a fight. Made me take my shoes off, made me take my socks off. It was a super hot day over there where I used to live, and my feet were bleeding. Yo, it was so hot that day, and I was walking on rocks and dirt and sidewalks, and I had no socks and shoes, and she just kept driving down and laughing at me, and I'm like, yo, this hurts. And then there was this car that pulled up next to me. I remember her, and she was in a black car, and she was like, what's going on? And I was like, oh, I'm good, thank you, like, I'm fine. And she was like, why are you walking without shoes, and why are you crying like that? She's like, you know, we can all see you crying driving by, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm good, thank you though. And she was like, let me help you. And I was like, I'm okay, like, really, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm always good. And she's like, let me help you. She's like, can I guess your situation? And I was like, okay. And she was like, are you in an abusive relationship? And I was like, yeah, like, how did you know? And she was like, because I used to be in one. And if I get emotional, yo, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm really trying not to. Like, I feel like I cried in like 4 of my YouTube videos already. But it's super hard to talk about. But she was like, can I take you home? Like, let me take you to wherever you're headed to. And I was like, I'm okay. And she's like, I'm not leaving until you let me take you. And in my mind, I was like, yo, like, you know, my parents always taught me to never, you know, get in the car with strangers, blah blah. But then again, I felt like this was like an angel. I know it sounds crazy, but I was like, I didn't get any bad vibes, so I got in the car with her. And the minute I got into the car and I told her where to go, I started crying. And she was like, you're gonna be okay. I need you to do me a favor though. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, just please leave that relationship. It's not gonna get better. And I was like, yeah, I know, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna leave. But I never left, at least at that moment. I remember myself, after getting hit so many times, crying in the corner of my bathroom, whether I was bruised up or scratched up or there was blood. And I remember sitting in the corner of my bathroom shaking so hard and so fast and just wondering how I got here. Wondering how I lost myself. Wondering how I'm allowing myself to go through this because I love you so much. But it obviously was not reciprocated. Out of all the times she's ever hit me, this time was the worst. Because we were in the car and she was driving, and then she wanted to commit suicide. She says she was suicidal, but she's not, because suicidal people, you know, that exists, and that's a very sad, scary thing. But there's also other people that pretend to be suicidal to brainwash somebody and to manipulate somebody into getting what they want. And they're not suicidal. Some people are, and that's why you don't mess with that, because people struggle with that every day. And that's nothing to joke about. But there was one time whenever she was driving and I was in the passenger seat, and I had broken up with her that night in the car. And she's like, you're really gonna leave me? Like, you're really gonna leave me? And I was like, yeah, like, I'm not happy anymore. So she grabbed some pills that she had. I don't even know for what they were, I don't remember. And then she's driving with one hand, the other hand, like, she has all the pills in her hand. And then she's about to do this, put it in her mouth, like, try to commit suicide, to brainwash me. And then I'm in the passenger seat, and I did that to her hand, and all the pills flew everywhere. And then she looked at me, she started laughing, and she's like, you fucked up. And I was scared for my life. So she grabbed my hair and started banging my head up against the window like that while she was driving. And I was just like, my head was going back and forth, and I was like so scared, yo. Like, she was mad scary. Like, I'm not afraid of nobody, but whenever you're in a relationship, an abusive relationship, it's mad scary. But her face was all up against the window. She kept banging it and then socking me in the head, and then trying to like rip my hair and then socking me in the shoulder because I'm still in the passenger seat. And then I started huddling up like that. And I grabbed my phone, you know, to call my dad. And then she grabs my phone and then breaks it, throws it. I don't know if she throws it out the window or in the trunk. And then she was like, we're gonna pull into Denny's. You're gonna get your shit together, and you're gonna get out of the fucking car, and you're gonna act like nothing ever happened. Because if you tell somebody that I hit you, I'm gonna fucking fuck you up. And of course I listened. So we got into Denny's and whatnot, and it was just so bad. I was like sitting there just lifeless, just like that, looking at her. I was so scared. She was in front of me. And then it was just it was a very scary thing. That night we just ended up horribly. We ended up parking in a street and she grabbed me. I tried to run out the car. I tried to run out of the car. And then I literally opened the door and I was running so fast. So I opened the door and I ran towards the back of the car and I was running down the street and running. And I was like, just go, don't look back, just go, yo. And she got a hold of me, grabbed me by my hair, threw me on the floor and dragged me by my hair all the way back to the car. And then when she threw me in the car, like my leg was sticking out and she just kept like slamming my legs in the door. And that shit, like, it is fucking, when you go through shit like that, yo, it really fucks you up. Like, it changes you and it makes you scared to love again. And I know not everybody is like that. I understand that because I mean, I'm different myself, but it's super scary. But everything that I'm telling you guys, that's literally, I know it's hard to believe because that's very traumatic, but that is 1% of that 5-year relationship. 1% of what I'm telling you. I could sit here for hours and days and tell you all these stories and you guys would not even believe. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that, you know, abuse is real and abuse is not okay. And abuse is always, it can go whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, verbal abuse. All I can do is I can thank myself because I got out of that on my own. If he hit you once or if she hit you once, it's gonna happen again, yo. Every single time I would get abused by her, every single time I would go into the bathroom and I would look at myself, you know, in the mirror and I was like, yo, is it me? Is it me? Am I not good enough? Am I ugly? What's wrong with me? That was where I fucked up. I fucked up on blaming myself for her faults, blaming myself for her actions, blaming myself for her mistakes and her choices. Not mistakes, it's not a mistake, but her choice. But I'm here to tell you that if you are in an abusive relationship or it's starting to get abusive or you know someone in an abusive relationship, I encourage you guys to get the fuck out because I promise you, it will not get better. I mean, I think people could change, yeah. But it's not your job to fix them. It is not your job to change them. And just because you sit there and you stay in an abusive relationship does not make you a ride or die. No, it does not. Ride or die is someone who sticks around, you know, through the good and through the bad, you know, good days and bad days. Not someone who doesn't give a fuck about you. While you're sitting here giving them life, they're slowly taking yours from you. Although I have the same heart from when I was a little girl, I have the same energy, I have the same personality. Like, I'm always laughing, I'm always helping people. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn here, but it's just, I'm explaining who I am. Like, I think I'm super nice. I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm not humble, but I do a lot for others and I'm always laughing. Even if I'm having a bad day, like, I'm always laughing. I'm the same person as I've always have been. Like, but I have changed a lot when it comes, you know, mentally and all that. And now I'm the strongest person that I know. I'm so glad I got out of that relationship because some people, as sad as it is to say, they never get out. This is a very serious topic and a very serious thing, and if you've ever gotten out of one, I'm so proud of you. And if you are in one right now and you don't know how to get out, I need you to get out. No ifs, ands, or buts. Don't question yourself. Don't tell yourself things are gonna change. Don't tell yourself that he's not gonna hit you again or she's not gonna hit you again. Don't tell yourself that because it's gonna happen again. Because I told myself that too. I was like, it's not gonna happen again. Like, we're getting better. Like, we're happy now. Like, we're good. But you deserve better than that. You deserve somebody that respects you the way you can respect them. So someone that loves you the way you can love them. Someone that can do for you as much as you can do for them. Someone that caters to your every want, to your every need. And someone that never makes you feel insecure. Someone that reassures you. Even on your bad days, even on your good days. Someone that makes you feel loved even when you guys are fighting. Someone that makes you feel safe even when you guys are fighting. Someone that makes you feel wanted and so beautiful even during your ugliest argument. Someone that respects you and loves you the way that you should be. And I'm so glad I went through that and I let myself for 5 years because I have never been stronger. And I'm only getting stronger and I'm so proud of myself because the more shit I go through, the more struggles I go through, the more pain I go through, the stronger I am. So this is why now I don't settle for less. I don't settle for damn near anybody or anything because I know my worth. I know what I've been through. I know my story. I know what I can bring to the table. And if I feel like they can't, then they can't. It is what it is. It's cool. But I have never been so happy and so content with being me and being so proud and loving myself. So I encourage you guys to just love yourself enough a little more this time to just leave that relationship and know that it's gonna get better. And I promise you, although you may not believe me now, because I didn't believe anybody either when they told me that. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I still have so much more to say, yo. This is like 1% of what I've been through, but I'm not gonna sit here and just talk your guys' ear off even more. But I just hope this video brings awareness and maybe wake some people up. Let them know that, you know, it's okay and you're gonna be okay, but I need you guys to do the right thing. I need you guys to leave. If I've been through this, and if I could get through this, me, fucking Salice, and I can find happiness again with myself, you guys can too. I believe in you guys. But as always, not only am I proud of you guys, but you guys are worth it. You guys are beautiful. You guys are handsome. Whatever the fuck you consider yourself, that's what you are. And I'm proud of all of you, regardless whether you did something beautiful today, you woke up and you loved yourself a little more today. I'm proud of you guys for everything. But as always, Salice Rose, aka Salsa Rosita. I love you guys.